poor communication has been emphasized as a big issue in terms of diagnostic errors, and especially in the setting of cancer care. Patients and caregivers have immediate access to their reports, all this medical information, so communicating with them has become important. What we're doing is trying to assign a probability of malignancy to an adnexal mass that has been incompletely characterized. And if you look at the clinical workflow, it's the patient who has the adnexal mass who comes to the gynecologist. Gynecologist would order an MRI, which would be read by the radiologist, and the gynecologist and the patient, along with the caregiver, would have at hand the radiology report. What I've tried to do with this proposal is, by using a new form of reporting and by using an example of ORAD's MRI, which is a standardized risk stratification system, we are trying to see if that new type of reporting can actually impact communication and ultimately to improve diagnosis in a good way. The standardization and structuring would be the key point, as opposed to the very conventional model of radiology reporting. Radiologists would usually put out their own words in free text, not standardized. From the patient or the referring physician's point of view, could all be just chaotic. Supporting standardization by using standardized languaging, which are called lexicons, and also providing structure to the radiology report helps you know what to expect within the report and to not be confused. As an academic radiologist, I've done a lot of research to improve diagnosis in the radiology field. Most of it was through developing new imaging techniques or finding new imaging findings. When I first encountered the proposal or the NAM Diagnostic Excellence Scholars Program, that's when it kind of opened my eyes to, oh, maybe I need to connect the missing dots. Maybe in order to ultimately improve diagnosis through this radiology reporting and interpretation, I need to be able to communicate well with not only our physicians, but also patients. So the first thing that we've been able to do is to implement the structured and standardized reporting for MRIs done for characterizing indeterminate adnexal masses. And what we've done is we've collected radiology reports, MRI reports before and after that implementation, and we've compared their diagnostic accuracies and various aspects of communication by doing surveys, performing surveys directed at patients and families, caregivers, and also to our referring physicians who are gynecologists. And what we found from those surveys is that both for patients, caregivers, and for our referring physicians, various aspects of communication, including interpretability, so how easy it is to interpret the report, clarity, how clear is it to the reader the probability of malignancy of that adnexal mass, and finally, just a general sense of overall satisfaction. We would like to see that this can be expanded to other institutions with different levels of experience. I'm sure many of these radiology principles, diagnostic process principles are universal throughout many disease processes, and we can certainly expand this into different imaging modalities, different body parts, and different types of diseases. Well, it'll be difficult to do it alone and will require a lot of help from different societies, such as the American College of Radiology, which has already put in a lot of effort to develop these standardized and structured reporting schemes. And I hope that they will be able to collaborate and continue to support such projects.